A note on the Ten Commandments. Cecil B. DeMille, a classic, perhaps the film to watch in this time of Easter celebrations. For those who do, we don't. I mean, we, not the others here. They may. And at the time of the pandemic, when we need to think of spiritual things to transcend, actually, spirituality is one element of positivity, of positive psychology, an element of happiness, if we can think of that in a time of a calamity of a pandemic. The scenario is known, but still it is majestic. It was a film meant to bring back audiences to the cinema theater, and it does have a tremendous effect to watch all those huge crowds. It was a time when they could access extras like they cannot today. True, today they have the computers to generate even more fictional characters. And the story of Moses, even if for a non-believer like myself, is poignant, inspirational, and indeed it is fundamental in understanding literature, art in general, perhaps the world. Well, maybe for that it is a distorted view. But anyway, Moses, as perhaps we all know, is found as a child, and the secret is kept so that he becomes an aspirer to the Pharaoh's position once the living one is dead. He has as a competitor Ramses. By the way, Ramses is iconic Yul Brynner, while Moses is Charlton Heston. Impressive, but if we think of personal things, then as a head of the National Rifle Association, as I think he has been for quite some years, we can find yet another controversial figure, contested in fact. Though he participated in quite some legendary films. On our blog you can also find notes on some films with Charlton Heston. A Touch of Evil, directed and with the phenomenal Orson Welles, is one. So Moses is for some time a dignitary within the Egyptian hierarchy, number 2 or 3, let's say. But then something happens and he discovers his real genetic material, so to say, as we would say probably today. And he becomes, from an insider, a rebel. So this is not just a religious, complex history, but also a narrative about the rebel, about rebellion, about the poor against the rich, about the ones who have power, the Pharaoh, absolute in his case, and the oppressed, the Jewish population. So when Moses finds out he's Jewish, he becomes the chosen. I'm laughing not at him so much, even if the notion is somewhat hilarious for someone who thinks religion is so much rot. Nathaniel Branden, in his Psychological Effects of Religion, speaks about how vicious these things can be. The idea of someone who is up there and watching everything you do. If you masturbate, then you will pay and suffer the fire of hell and whatnot. And there is something else. It's not this world. This doesn't matter, but the other world. And then we just don't do all we can in this world. That's serious and as bad as it can be. I mean, if people don't live what looks like the only chance they have, in the expectation that they will have honey and 40 virgins in the case of the Muslim faith waiting for them somewhere beyond. Anyway, to get back, I was laughing at the chosen of this day and age, idiot Trump. They spoke of him as the chosen, but let's forget about him for now. And so Moses becomes an enemy of the Egyptian state, and then we know the calamities that they suffer, the Red River, the death and destruction brought upon by God, the accession to the mountain. This is, by the way, about a 4-hour long film, but we need to wrap this up here now.